know how the laws of birds and fish and are beginning to learn how to absorb energy from the sun and in part artificially duplicate them and make them work. Innate lives, expands, grows, restores, reproduces. Too often, we call them miracles. The abundance of what happens in application of the innate principle and innate practice to sick people tends to lessen our supernatural reaction, and oftentimes we neglect to resolve to continue with our innate message of life, health, and longevity, until we have written such in an impressive way into the bodies of the public, which we too often take for granted without realizing the importance of our work. The more we know innate, the less religious miracle we see at work.
Okay, that's chapter 22 of volume 33. And so we'll let Vero, do you want to do your translating now?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Second. ¿Qué constituye un milagro? Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. ¿Qué constituye un milagro? Un milagro es cualquier acción física a través de la materia donde la ley abstracta producida es incierta, no entendida o correctamente interpretada, como es presentada por el hombre educado al nivel de educación. Explicaciones que no explican ofrecen un giro místico o religioso para él como o por qué ocurrió en ese momento, lugar y manera. Un hombre es golpeado en la cabeza y pierde la visión. ¿Cómo? El mismo hombre es golpeado en la cabeza nuevamente y la vista regresa. ¿Por qué? Es llamado un milagro accidental de la naturaleza. Es simple. Un quiropráctico entiende y explica el cómo y el por qué. No es un milagro. Cuando la ley en y detrás de la visión, perdida y recuperada, es conocida. Para los hombres médicos tal cosa es desconcertante, asombrosa, porque no hay ley en física, química o materia médica que explique su acontecimiento. Los quiroprácticos están constantemente restaurando la salud al enfermo. Es trivial, algo que ocurre todos los días. Para nosotros no hay milagros. Son hechos por el ignorante, estimulando e inhibiendo el tratamiento de métodos de efecto de métodos médicos externos. Cuando el quiropráctico conoce la inteligencia innata o se acerca un poco al conocimiento correcto del innato, sus potenciales, el conocimiento y capacidades ilimitadas, sabe dónde, cómo y por qué se expresa a sí misma en y a través de la materia. Lo que se haga es la expresión de una ley viviente intelectual interna. El innato sabe cómo crear pájaros para que vuelen. El innato sabe cómo reproducir el pescado para que suban y bajen ellos mismos en el agua. Las plantas absorben energía del sol para crecer. Algunos hombres ahora conocen las leyes de los pájaros y los pescados y están empezando a aprender cómo absorber energía del sol y en parte a duplicarlos artificialmente y hacerlos trabajar. El innato vive, expande, crece, restaura, reproduce. Muy seguido lo llamamos milagros. La abundancia de lo que pasa en la aplicación del principio innato y de la práctica innata a la gente enferma tiende a disminuir nuestra reacción supernatural y algunas veces descuidamos el decidir continuar con nuestro mensaje innato de vida, salud, longevidad, hasta que lo hemos escrito de una manera impresionante en los cuerpos del público, que muy seguido lo damos por hecho, sin darnos cuenta la importancia de nuestro trabajo. Lo más que conozcamos el innato, los menos milagros religiosos que veamos en el trabajo.
Excelente. It's muy bonita en español. It's so beautiful to hear this reading. Thank you so much, Vero.
You're welcome.
So, what I'm going to ask everybody, and maybe, Vero, you can also repeat this in Spanish. We'll keep our microphones on mute unless we have something to say, and unmute, and we can discuss. Okay? And people can also answer in Spanish, and we'll go from that way. Okay?
Okay. Do you want me to translate that?
You don't mind?
Okay. Dice que vamos a mantener todos nuestros micrófonos en mute a menos que tengamos algo que decir o bueno, en silencio a menos que tengamos algo que decir Y bueno, si quieren pueden dar una opinión o respuesta en español y bueno, la traducimos al inglés.
Gracias. And I want to give a shout out to Isador. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Junior.
This is the way to spend a birthday, man, with some spiz and growing as chiropractors. And Fernando, beautiful bundle of joy. We love your baby. I'm so happy for you. Okay, what did anybody get out of that? What would you like to express? What did you get from the reading? Anybody? I'll start if you'd like.
¿Alguien quiere decir algo de lo que se entendió o algún pensamiento que tenga sobre la lectura? O si no, él puede empezar. I think you can start.
One thing he said innate through matter, and our bodies are matter. It's spirit and matter that make up this body, and innate through matter, which to me means spirit through matter, God through matter, makes up that innate intelligence. So we are the conduit, and each individual has their conduit, and how we care for this body, and that column, the vertebral column, if there's something out of place, that's a code of how to care for this innate system. And innate tells us that code. It's not from man, but from innate, from spirit. That's what I got from it. Anybody else? Junior, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, I have a difficult time with it, being that I do view a lot of what we do as miracles, I guess. Like I find myself saying that, like different chiropractic miracles. And then for them to be saying, if you truly understood innate, which I feel like I have a good grasp, that you wouldn't view it as a miracle because you would know the potential that lies within the body and that these things are possible and that they're just innately within you and we're just freeing that potential. But it is pretty hard for me to grasp a lot of things that I guess when you go out into the field and you see it more often, and then you get a better appreciation that this is possible for everyone to achieve, that it's not just a rare case that you consider a miracle. You think of somebody rare, like this not happening in every single person. But that innate potential is within everyone. So I guess that's one of the reasons that you wouldn't consider it a miracle, because everyone can achieve it. So, yeah.
Does anybody want to comment on that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I was thinking along the same lines that, like, how do we perceive a miracle, and what if we perceived us just being and walking around as the miracle, but like it just becomes like so like mundane. Like obviously we're these like materialistic beings using this technology and time traveling and connecting into this portal, and like what, like that's a miracle that we're able to do this right now, but it's also a miracle that we get to live and be and exist within and without, you know. So it's just what constitutes a miracle, and knowing the importance of all of that and how every one is a miracle, then we're constantly working with miracles every single time they lay down on our table and we have the opportunity to connect.
You know, it's so poignant when it's not necessarily being in practice, but when you see every body is the miracle, just being alive is a miracle. I expect people to get well. Healing is not a miracle. It's what we should be able to do, if we want to look at it in that sense. Whether it's cancer or heart disease, my mother has gotten over heart disease. I have seen people have remission from cancer. We might say, God, thank you, God, it's a miracle. but it's the way it's meant to happen in reality. That's the way I look at it. That's my perception of that.
Yeah, that was just a simpler version of what I was trying to say.
Anybody else, maybe in español?
¿Alguien más quiere comentar en español? Así rápidamente algo de lo que hablaba Ryan y Haig era que, bueno, ellos dicen que el simple hecho de estar aquí, de ser nosotros mismos, ya es un milagro. Y bueno, comentaba también Haig que él ha visto cómo se sana la gente y que es algo que, bueno, es lo que debería ser, no es un milagro, sino que es como debería funcionar nuestros cuerpos. No sé si alguien más tenga algo que quisiera comentar en español. ¿Tenemos alguien en español? Do we have anyone in Spanish right now?
I think so.
Sí, aquí estoy, pero voy entrando y apenas voy escuchando. Ahorita hago un comentario. Gracias.
You will make a comment later on.
That's good. Okay, muy bien. Gracias. Okay, should we move on to the next one? Everybody ready? Okay.
Three, conflicts clarify. Too few chiropractors have found themselves in this solution of the conflict with chiropractic philosophy of innate intelligence. Every time a vertebral subluxation adjustment takes place, they double-cross themselves between fact and fiction. Some so-called chiropractic schools go so far to deny entirely any belief in innate intelligence, and when asked why they adjust vertebral subluxations and how the sick get well, they find themselves unable to give an intelligent explanation, except to fall back on that medical incongruous explanation that does not explain stimulation or inhibition of reflex actions through reflex arcs by way of sympathy through a sympathetic physiological reaction. One of the best explanations of conflicts between religions is found in our volume 29, Upside Down and Right Side Up, with BJ, story titled Religion, pages 687 to 700. We recommend this for the serious student. Further conflict is religious concept that we can talk up to God, ask for and secure favors and things we educationally want, and talk up to God and thank Him for favors we think He grants in reply to our educated requests, and chiropractic concept that all which is good, right, normal, flows from above down, from within outward, and nothing we educationally think we artificially ask for or receive naturally increases or decreases normality of what which we are entitled to receive without asking or thanking for. During 2 world wars, both sides asked God for victory.
Okay. How does anybody get any inspiration from that one they want to share? I'll give you a little tidbit that I just wrote down. Can we have a subluxation without innate philosophy? I think that's what that was about. And Vera, when we talked about the double cross, we call ourselves also shooting ourselves in the foot. Can we actually have a subluxation philosophy and teaching without teaching the philosophy of innate? That's a power, that there's a lot to that really, because most of the schools now don't want to teach that level of philosophy. They'll teach maybe a subluxation, but they don't want to get to the innate part of it. So maybe that'll open up some discussion.
Él está hablando de que si puede existir una subluxación sin que hablemos del innato, y hace referencia a cómo ahorita en las escuelas se enseña parte de la filosofía, pero no del todo, que puede ser que enseñen un poco sobre lo que es la subluxación, pero no se adentran tanto a no a ese nivel de la filosofía.
Do you have this one translated? I forgot to have you do it in Spanish. I apologize.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want me to?
Sí.
Ok. Aclaración de conflictos. Muy pocos quiroprácticos se han encontrado a sí mismos en esta solución del conflicto con la filosofía quiropráctica sobre la inteligencia innata. Cada vez que un ajuste de una subluxación vertebral toma lugar, se engañan ellos mismos entre realidad y ficción. Algunas escuelas llamadas quiroprácticas van tan allá como negar completamente cualquier creencia de inteligencia innata. Y cuando se les pregunta por qué ajustan subluxaciones vertebrales y cómo los enfermos mejoran, no son capaces de dar una explicación inteligente, más que apoyarse en esa explicación médica incongruente que no explica el ejemplo es estimulación o inhibición de acciones reflejas a través de los arcos reflejos por la vía, bueno, así dice aquí, por la vía de simpatía a través de una reacción fisiológica simpática. Hace referencia a que una de las mejores explicaciones de conflictos entre religiones se encuentra en el libro volumen 29, llamado Al derecho y al revés con BJ. La historia es titulada Religión en las páginas 687 a 700 y continúa. Un conflicto más allá es el concepto religioso de que podemos hablar hacia Dios y pedir y asegurar favores y cosas que nosotros educadamente queremos. Y el hablar hacia Dios y agradecerle por los favores que nosotros creemos Él nos ha dado en respuesta a nuestras peticiones educadas. Y el concepto quiropráctico de que todo lo que es bueno, correcto, normal, fluye desde arriba hacia abajo, desde adentro hacia afuera, y nada que nosotros educadamente pensemos que nosotros pedimos artificialmente o recibimos naturalmente, incrementa o disminuye la normalidad, la cual nos toca recibir sin pedir o agradecer por ello. Durante 2 guerras mundiales ambos lados pedían a Dios por la victoria.
Gracias. That's very nice. Okay, anybody have anything in español?
Sí, yo quería decir que lo que acaba de leer es muy bonito y muy cierto. Y me llegó la idea de la oración, de alinear el educado al innato. Cuando nosotros, no oración, sino agradecimiento, cuando nosotros agradecemos al universo, siento que es una forma de tranquilizar el educado, de alinearlo al innato, porque como bien dijiste, ¿no? O sea, demos gracias o no demos gracias, ya hay un flujo constante de información. Y wow, gracias.
He says that, well, what we just read is really beautiful. And just a second. ¿Me puedes recordar lo que mencionabas como de alinear el innato y...
El educado al innato.
Ok.
Claro.
Mediante el agradecimiento.
He's saying that he can, like, what is to align the educated to the innate through through being thankful.
Are you saying to align the innate and educated?
He said to align your educated mind and your innate mind through gratitude, through a sense of gratitude that you receive from Universal.
That's a good way to do it.
Yes.
Anybody have any other comments? Or maybe on this comment? So go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, actually, because with everything going on, and also like an inspiration of our past readings, I kind of just was talking to a group of friends, and I kind of boldly just said, like, educated is so dumb. And then, like, my friend had to, like, come back and be like, whoa, like, let's not go as far as that, because there's a lot to say that how we benefit from educated. So I kind of just as I swung far off the side of the pendulum of innate and saying, like, oh, educated is so dumb, this is ridiculous, and then but not honoring that, like, sway. And I'm not sure who was speaking in Spanish. It says ZTE Blade. So I liked how he said that, because that was a reminder that I needed to, like, not sway so far off to innate to so boldly say that educated is dumb.
You know, I was thinking the same thing. Like, I always find that it's important to just focus on innate, to have a vitalistic mindset. That mechanism doesn't really hold a place in chiropractic. And then I started, like, somebody pointed out, you know, you say that you're not mechanistic, but what is all that training you do? Your educated mind is going there to prepare you to be able to act innately. So the educated has a place, and I think the place for educated is in our meditation before we serve, in grounding ourselves, in training, in being able to read the green books. So all the stuff that leads up to it, which allows us to actually express ourselves innately, because we already did the work beforehand.
Steve, do
You know, I don't tell my dog she's stupid. I know that she's, though limited, I can't talk to her about how a carburetor works. And the relationship between the educated and the innate is something of awe. And I was going to say earlier, this thing about miracles is we go, wow, and we say, oh, it's a miracle. And that's good enough for me, is that respect for this intelligence that's so intricate, and the innate intelligence. And the educated, which was really, I believe it's part of the whole creation, but it's gotten in the Western world, like Einstein said, that the intuitive mind is far superior to the educated. He said, but we've made the educated in charge. Something like that, Einstein said. He said the educated needs to serve the intuitive. And when he says intuitive, we can just say innate. So, but to me, the educated and how it interfaces with the innate, like it's a radio station and it receives and transmits and it comes back. And I believe that there's a back and forth between an innate, I think, even learns. People think, oh, innate knows everything. There's nothing new for it to learn. I think innate also is expanding. But the whole discussion is just an amazing thing. It's like, wow. Thank you.
Taking us out of what our normal day to day, it truly is amazing that we are at a level of philosophy as humans to be able to discuss it. BJ said that educated is the filter to the innate, basically. And my friend Pasquale Sarasoli, he said, when I say innate, it equals spirit. He said the spiritual needs the material, and the material needs the spiritual. They're equal. You can't have one without the other, or else you have a rock, or you have pure spirit. So they need to be together. That is for me, powerful concept. And especially when I get a little too lofty or I'm too earthly, when I'm adjusting people, I realize I've got to be in balance with those things to serve in my pause. That's what I got out of that. This was all good stuff.
Yeah, it's like the material is there to express the non-material.
Great.
And also like what you're saying, in other words, you can't have a creator without a creation by definition.
Somebody's got to make the cake, right? Anybody else? En español?
I mean, something that kind of came up with the title, like conflicts clarify, and it's almost like the profession itself needs more clarification in where individuals stand towards like an osteopathic manipulation and a chiropractic adjustment. Because that to me is what differentiates these schools differing in philosophy. It's okay, you're gonna move the bone in that way without those intentions, and so it, to me, is like it's the ever-ending feud within chiropractic, because those individuals, they want to use the title as chiropractic and not honor the that part of the triune, you know, the philosophy. So they should just say they're doing osteopathic manipulations and own what they're doing. That would be what I would love to see in a perfect world, to just like solve this conflict. Just own what you're doing and do it, and we'll do what we do, and you stay in your lane and we'll stay in our lane, and let's serve the people.
I'm with you there, bro.
I don't think the osteopaths want them. So they are the ones in limbo. We know what we want and where we are and what our identity is. And I think that's important for us. Vero, is there any, we did a lot just now. Is there any part maybe you could translate for our Spanish speaking people joining?
Yes.
I apologize for going on and on without that.
Well, I will make like a little summary. Decía como, bueno, decía en una parte muy, muy importante, ¿no? Que tenemos que tener un equilibrio entre el educado y el innato, que comentaban como que, bueno, se complementan. Steven decía algo como que él cree que no solamente el educado toma cosas del innato, sino que también puede ser que el innato esté aprendiendo algo nuevo, ¿no? También comentaba Haig que, bueno, la materia y lo espiritual, ¿no? Si solamente somos materia, seríamos como una roca, pero no podemos estar también solo en lo espiritual. Decía que cuando él siente que o está muy en lo espiritual o muy en lo físico, él tiene que encontrar como o se acuerda que tiene que estar como en un punto medio. ¿Qué otra cosa? Creo que es todo, y bueno, no sé. Bueno, he wants to say something.
Bueno, yo también creo lo que decían de que se tiene que trabajar en equilibrio, o se tiene que trabajar con ambos, tanto lo innato, tanto lo material como lo espiritual, lo innato con lo educado, porque después llegamos a situaciones en las que no podemos explicar o nosotros mismos dañamos la quiropráctica. Ayer, haciendo tareas, sin querer me topé con un artículo en donde describían la quiropráctica de una manera muy mala, muy grosera, hablando sobre que era una pseudociencia. Y la persona que lo escribía era alguien que sabía de quiropráctica y aprovechaba los puntos débiles. Y pues si nosotros nos vamos solamente para un solo lado, damos lugar a estas personas a aprovecharse de eso y tomar ventaja haciendo la quiropráctica a un lado o disminuyéndola para pues perjudicar y no poder ayudar a toda la gente que quisiéramos. Okay, now in English. Yesterday I was doing some homework, and accidentally I was checking some definition about chiropractic on the internet, and there was an article. It was in Wikipedia. It was so mean, so rude. I haven't seen that before, but they were describing chiropractic like pseudoscientific, complementary, pseudoscientific.
Pseudo, yeah.
Yeah. Everything in the article was in quotes, talking about an energy, an innate, something that a ghost told to a guy about a chiropractic. It was so rude, but the article was from someone that knows chiropractic. So and we need to work with material, spiritual, innate, educated together, because if we don't, we will let those or that kind of person or those person to take advantage of the weak points of our science, our philosophy, and well, I think we made that if we are not working together. ¿Cómo decimos? Ambos lugares.
We give chance
We give chance to do
to attack chiropractic.
But I wouldn't consider those weak points in our science, though. Like that a spirit came and told Didi, that's our history. That's in 1910. That's where he got the idea. And that we deal with energy and the innate forces within, like that's what we do. You know, we have in my school and pretty much every other school, they have a group called Forward Thinking Chiropractic, and they focus on only using scientific articles that are meta-analysis, and there's a lot of proof behind it. And the fact is, like what we do, there's not that many articles behind it. There's not that much proof behind what we do except for patient experience. So you just have to be strong in what you believe. So like I know that this is where what I'm doing, what I'm focused on, and if somebody else doesn't see value in it, or I would never be ashamed of where the roots of chiropractic came from or what it is.
Yes. Steve, you have something?
Yeah, we've got millions of people tuning into Bruce Lipton, Deepak Chopra.
Yes.
The ones that now, you know, the scientists that are the leading edge of quantum physics, talking about that there is these particles that disappear and then reappear. The whole idea of that there is an intelligence behind it all. It is now gaining, and it's accepted science. These people who are calling it, oh, it's not science because it can't be measured. These are people who are old Newtonian mechanical people. They're behind the times. We do have a cultural precedent. Just watch how many people are into Deepak, talking about that it's a field. So I don't think that we need to like think of our lack of scientific research. I think we're leading it. Now they're just starting to prove what we've been saying since 1895.
Yep. And just to go back on the Wikipedia, I have corrected that in Wikipedia 25 times. And someone comes back and puts these angry messages. I have typed it over and over and over again to a point I give up. And I keep, recommending Pasquale. He said the same thing. They're not meant to win. They are the old news. We're going to the new stuff. Just keep doing what you're doing. Those people, they want to be heard and they have a big voice. Just keep doing what we're doing. Go ahead.
Another thing, and I don't want to dominate the call, but for thousands of years, man has been looking for potions and lotions and outside in, not just for healthcare, but the whole educational system. Teachers don't accept that the child has within them, the magical child, that need education should be a drawing out of the intelligence that's already in the kid. But the educational system is pretty much jam it in because they don't believe that there's an intelligence within. So we are living in a culture and in a world that for thousands of years have been saying that the cause and the cure is external. Happiness is external. In America, very materialistic. You'll get happy when you buy that car, when you get that girlfriend. It's all external. We're like pioneers. We have to like maintain the inside out because we are up against, I think that chiropractic is phenomenally successful. People say, whoa, we're not, we only see so many percentage of the population. If you think about how dominant the medical way of thinking is, we need to just continue on because it's the ADIO philosophy in a outside in, and these people are threatened by this.
ADIO, if people don't know, it's above, down, inside out. ADIO. Is there any part of that maybe you can translate? We've been going on and I forget to stop. What do you think,
Okay.
Vero? Little bit?
Yeah. Decía.
In an outside in world. In an outside in world.
Okay. Decía primero Isidoro que no debemos de estar avergonzados para nada de nuestras raíces como quiroprácticos, que bueno, esa es la historia de cómo surgió la quiropráctica. Ese era un punto y que tenemos que estar firmes en lo que creemos. Luego comentaba Haig que bueno, hablaban de lo que hablaban hace un momento de lo que estaba escrito en Wikipedia y decía que él ha ido a corregir eso como 25 veces y las 25 se lo han vuelto a poner de vuelta, como decía, o sea, criticando la quiropráctica, ¿no? Hasta que él ya, pues, lo dejó porque es gente que no va a dejar de hacerlo, no se van a dejar, vaya, ganar. Y finalmente Steven hacía referencia de cómo estamos viviendo en un mundo donde todo lo quieren solucionar de afuera hacia adentro, ¿no? Tanto en la parte médica, con medicamentos, o sea, de afuera hacia adentro. También en la educación, donde nos quieren realmente llenar de información y no confían en la inteligencia que tenemos desde adentro y que desde niños, en vez de llenarnos de información, deberíamos de trabajar para sacar esa inteligencia que tenemos desde adentro, ¿no? Y Haig hacía referencia a que, bueno, a la definición de ADIO que conocemos, que es de arriba a abajo, de adentro hacia afuera.
Awesome. Excelente. Gracias. Any comments? Anybody else before we close? Any other closing comments en español?
One more addition, Vero, if you could say this, is that think about the way people conceive of God as up there or outside or in the church or in the Pope, that you want to get blessed, you got to go outside. That's also the religion, education, across the board, it's outside in.
And remember, the kingdom of heaven is within.
Dice Steven que abordemos también la parte de religión, de cómo es de que algo llega también desde afuera. Y Haig hace referencia a que recordemos cómo el reino está dentro de nosotros.
Anybody
And the doctor's in.
Yes.
Y los doctores están también adentro.
Ryan,
I mean, I just gotta kind of comment on pseudoscience thing, because like we can't take that personal in any way, because the people who are pointing at chiropractic and saying pseudoscience are also the ones not providing actual science for vaccines and stuff like that. So like let's not take it to heart or personal, and it's just too bad that people can't really see past what they're being told from that like medical, like real science, but really they won't even provide the science that they say that is needed.
That's right.
Dice Ryan que
You know what though? This COVID virus, they're saying there's no external cure. We got no shot. So people better start build their immunity. Right now, it's like coming to like a whoa. The only way to fix this thing is to build your immunity. That's what people are freaking out now, and now they're having to go inside.
You want to finish? Go ahead.
Okay. Decía Ryan que no tenemos que enfocarnos tanto, dejarnos llevar por esto que llaman que, o hacían referencia que la quiropráctica es una pseudociencia, porque los mismos que lo llaman de esa manera son los médicos que ellos también les hace falta bases o información, por ejemplo, con las vacunas, del funcionamiento de las vacunas y todo eso. Y Steven nos recordaba como ahorita con lo que está pasando del coronavirus, estamos todos como, bueno, ahora no podemos hacer nada porque no existe una vacuna que nos pueda ayudar, y es cuando en este momento la gente empieza a buscar ahora sí cómo mejorar y establecer un sistema inmune bueno para poder vencer esto, ¿no?
Well, we have just made history, everybody. We're around the world, Brazil, Mexico, the U.S., and all over the U.S. And, this is very exciting. I'm happy to be a part of it. Next Saturday, we'll do the same time. And if people were getting confused in Mexico, I don't know everybody's time zone, but is Mexico City 1 hour different from?
Right now, yes, because we just changed our clock.
It's what you just.
We just changed our time.
Okay.
It was 2 hours, but right now it's just 1 hour. Right now it's 10:46.
Okay, 10:46. Okay, so we're gonna keep doing this, and so we'll do Saturdays. I'll remember to, when I do my posts on the Mexican ones or the Spanish and Portuguese ones, that I get the right times.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, everybody, gracias. And we'll see you next Saturday.
See
Ciao.
you.
Thank you very much. Happy birthday, Junior. Yeah, bro.
Good one.
Love you guys.
Love you too.